Today, on Be Something Wonderful, the F word that gives you everything. I am your host, Tom Karen, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. In a few of my sessions yesterday, the whole idea of letting go of the past came up. In a few of these sessions, the clients were really hanging on to things that they did and regretted in the past, or what others have done, perceived harm that others have done to them. And whatever we were talking about, the idea of forgiveness came up. And it's almost like the forbidden F word, forgiveness, because it's really their view of it is that it's hard for me to forgive someone that did something wrong. It's hard for me to forgive myself for things that I did or didn't do. And that's not really what forgiveness is about. Forgiveness is releasing you from seeing a limited viewpoint of all that is, seeing an incomplete perception of the love from where you come and of which you are made. Hear this. It's an incomplete perception. You could call it a misperception, right? You're seeing a small fragment of all that is, of infinity, of who you are. So I really want to hit this idea today and more, because as soon as you forgive, as soon as you release that illusion of past, because we've talked about there is no past to forgive, right? As soon as you let that all go, you move immediately into your new reality. You move immediately into your wish fulfilled. You move immediately to where everything that you want is. So there's only now, and now changes everything. I've talked about this before, but never like we're going to talk about it today. There is only the now moment, and now changes everything. In every moment, you're new. You have a clean slate. Unless you're remembering, in other words, unless you're creating a mental image of what you believe is a past event, right? Everything's happening now. If you don't remember it, it's not happening. It's not your past. You get to decide what you remember. Remember that idea that I don't live there anymore that one of my clients talked about. You're continually revising or rewriting the past because there is no past. This really is next level Neville Goddard. We've talked about this. There's a few videos on the channel that hit this, actually several. But you're continually revising and rewriting the past because there is no past. In fact, in each moment, by your thoughts, your feelings, your assumptions, your beliefs, you're recreating everything. The past, present, and future, because it's only happening right now. Wow, that's big. You can never lose time. You can only think you can. This topic came up yesterday. They feel like they've wasted a lot of time or have lost time. I've talked about this before. It's a total illusion, right? Time is just the rearrangement or arrangement of experiences within the all of infinity or the infinite, right? With all of the infinite or all that is. It's just a rearrangement of experiences, of events in the whole of all there is, right? For sure, we believe in time, right? We believe in linear time, and we believe so much that we believe that we're young, and then we get older, and then we pass from this physical experience. We die, right? This is all beliefs that we hold, but there is only now, and I really want to hit this like we never have before. God, infinity, all that is love. This love is holographic and non-local, which means each part of that one, of that whole, of that love, of God, of all there is, of you, of the universe, of the 3D world, contains the whole. Each part, each portion, no matter how small, contains the whole. Therefore, this love is always complete, is always everywhere, and is always happening all the time, all at once. Do you hear how profound this is? That no matter what it is, even a little bit of forgiveness is everywhere, right? This love is everything. This means you, as a multidimensional divine being, you are pure love. You are everywhere, and you are in all time. There is no beginning or end to you, right? From this viewpoint, negative feelings about the past, including the present, and anxiety about the future makes no sense. It makes no sense. You're multidimensional. You're non-local. You're everything and everywhere, all at once, right now. So hanging on to any mental image that you see as unwanted makes no sense, because you create it again as you remember it. You create it again as you hold that image, as you hold that memory, right? The perfect divine you is always complete, always whole, and always right here and right now. And when you're remembering something, you're remembering a incomplete perception of all that is. What you're even remembering is not true or accurate or a view of that one love. Yet we're holding on to those partial memories, right? So you're always creating a new version of yourself, a reality, in each now moment, based on your beliefs and assumptions about yourself and your relationship to the world. In other words, your relationship to reality. Each now moment, you're recreating yourself, right? Most times, these are filtered through past experiences, mental, imaginal images, or memories, right? We're creating from past mental images, from the dead past. That's not even the past. That's not even real, because we only have the now moment, right? You bend time and space when you choose to experience reality through unfiltered lens, through forgiveness. That's the power of forgiveness. Forgiveness, you transcend all realities, and you move into your wish fulfilled immediately. It's forgiveness. It's the F word that's the key to everything, because it moves you into gratitude. It moves you into appreciation. It moves you into everything that you could ever imagine that you want. You're not forgiving yourself or others for judged, hear this, wrongdoing, but rather for limited or incomplete perception of all that is. This aligns you with infinity. This aligns you with love. This aligns you with the whole of who you are. This aligns you with everything that you really want, including every desire, every wish that you want. It's you not forgiving yourself for past, or even what happened 5 minutes ago. Hanging on to things that are not your wish fulfilled, that are not your desired end, that are not your desired end result. Remember the thread we've been weaving the last few sessions, right? The last few videos. So, do not judge according to appearance, but judge with righteous judgment. This is what Jesus said. What does that mean? With righteous judgment, with higher spiritual understanding. According to appearance means incomplete perception. Jesus knew this. All the ancients knew it. All the greats know it. That it's not appearance means according to incomplete perception. You're only seeing that less than 1% of that love or God or affinity or the quantum field. Righteous judgment is true perception. That's God, that's truth, that's love. Remember what A Course in Miracles says. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. So powerful. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Right? So what's the link? What does forgiveness do for us? Well, God, love, truth, there's no opposite. So to feel that is hard because we're in duality. So what's the bridge between knowing that you're God, knowing that you're that love, knowing that you're that truth, knowing that there is no opposite? That's what A Course in Miracles calls the Holy Spirit. What we talk about as your higher self or your inner being or your divine voice. That knows the truth. It recognizes the illusion without believing in them. So your inner being recognizes that you see illusion, that you create that stuff that is unwanted. But it doesn't believe it like you do. It doesn't feel it like you do. But that's your bridge, because God knows nothing of limited perception. God only knows love, truth, and no opposite. What's your bridge? The Holy Spirit. How do you reach the Holy Spirit? How do you hear the Holy Spirit? How do you feel that? Through forgiveness. Wow, right? That's your bridge to the 3D world. The 3D world, the bridge to God. From that limited perception of the 3D world, from that belief in opposites, from the belief in illusions, from the belief that you can't have everything that you want, that you are not already everything, that your wish is not already fulfilled, that you're not already living the reality that you want. The bridge is through Holy Spirit or forgiveness or your higher self, your inner being. Forgiving yourself and everyone for that incomplete perception. That is so big today. So we never really looked at it like that before. Darkness is lack of light as sin is lack of love. A Course in Miracles. Sin is simply a lack of love. Right? Like darkness is a lack of light. Since love is all there is, sin in the sight of the Holy Spirit is a mistake to be corrected rather than evil to be punished. Do you hear that? Since love is all there is, sin in the sight of the Holy Spirit is a mistake to be corrected rather than an evil to be punished. The Holy Spirit, that inner being, is there to bridge that gap, to show you that you never made it, that there's just a mistaken perception, that you are God. And this is what Matthew 18:22 says. This is Jesus talking about forgiveness. And I want to unpack this. I've unpacked this already in a few videos, but we're going to hit it again today. I do not say to you, this is when Peter asked God, Father, or Jesus, Father, how many times should I forgive my brother who sinned against me? Up to 7 or up to 70? And Jesus goes, I didn't say up to 70. I said up to 70 times 7. What was Jesus talking about there? He was talking about continual forgiveness of sin. Seeing other than love in anything, in yourself or others. In other words, for seeing other than your wish fulfilled. For seeing other than your desired end. Right? As Neville Goddard says, for identifying with something other than your highest ideal or what you want. Wow, that's forgiveness of sin. For perceiving and believing in the opposite of love. Hear this. Your heart's desire, what you desire, following your heart is what you want, right? It's imperfect seeing, right? That is that partial perception, not seeing the love within the whole. Imperfect seeing, in other words, partial perception, less than that 0.1% is what you're seeing. You're not seeing the whole or the love that you are. That's what Jesus meant. It's continual forgiveness. Continually, because you're in 3D reality, because you're in duality, because you have a limited perception, you got to continually forgive yourself and others for that limited perception and continually identify with your higher ideal, what your wish fulfill, what you want to see next in your world. So big. And then when Jesus, so 70 times 7, Jesus said 70 times 7. What does that really mean? What's the true meaning behind it? It's the true perception. Continual forgiveness of sin. Remember, 70 times 7 equals 490. The numerical value of the Hebrew word for 490 is tamen. And tamen means complete, perfect, finished, eternal, continual forgiveness. That's what Jesus is getting at. It's complete. Forgiveness is complete. And if it's anything less, then you're living in that imperfect perception of yourself and others, right? To forgive, to 70 times 7 means it's not about forgiving 490 times, it's continual forgiveness. It's the word tamen. The numerical value of the Hebrew word 490 means tamen, means complete, means perfect, means finished, means eternal forgiveness. Right? 70 means ayin, means to see or the eye. This comes from the teachings of Neville Goddard and others, right? That 70 is the numerical value of the Hebrew word. Numerical value, that 70 means ayin, means to see or the eye. It's your external eye as well as your internal eye, right? Your physical eye as well as your vision within. Fixing that vision, fixing that eye, both your physical eyes and your inner eye, you're nailing it or fixing it, crossing it with the sword or the word, the numerical value of the Hebrew word Zion. It's a sword. The picture is a sword, which means nourishment or protector. Also Holy Spirit or the Spirit of Jesus. The sword is a protection. The Holy Spirit is your protection. It's your protection to show you that forgiveness, right? To give you the nourishment or the protector. These together then equal that complete state. Here's what Neville Goddard says. The ultimate purposes of imagination, the ultimate purpose of imagination is to create in us the Spirit of Jesus, which is the continual forgiveness of sin. The Spirit of Jesus. Continual forgiveness of sin. Continual forgiveness of only seeing incomplete perception of yourself and others, or not seeing your wish fulfilled, not seeing that you're already in the state of, you already have everything you want. You already are everything you want, right? The continual identification with your ideal or your desired end, right? The continual forgiveness, right? True perception is within. True forgiveness is complete forgetfulness. Neville Goddard. Forgetting, why? Because when you remember, hear this, true forgiveness is complete forgetfulness. This is what Neville Goddard says. Let's thread the needle here. Forgetfulness, what are you forgetting? You're forgetting a past that does no longer exist. A mental image that you created and now are remembering again, that no longer exists unless you remember it. But once you forget it, that's true forgiveness, right? And then you create a mental image of what you want to imagine now. Where do you want to live now? What address do you want to remember? Wow, that's big. There's no past, there's only now. Woo, that's huge, guys, huge. So forgiveness is the realization of your oneness with all that is. The letting go of the memory, in other words, the image, from an imagined past experience that you no longer want to hold. You no longer want to experience, right? That's what keeps us, even if they're great memories, it's still keeping you from seeing, it's limiting your perception of all that is. Let it all go. Be attached to nothing. Neither a positive attachment to your desire or to desires or wishes that did manifest, or a negative attachment to what's unwanted. Let it all go. Create a new image or memory from your higher self. What do you want to experience? It's all that is. It's infinity. Why limit it to a few experiences that you thought were good? Or dwell on, regret past experiences. Right? Wow. Forgiveness makes you whole. It aligns your mind, body, and soul so that you are no longer split. Hear this. Between what you desire and what you don't want. It heals the split. It heals that split. It's the Holy Spirit, right? Remember, the Holy Spirit is your link between God and the 3D you. Right? Your inner being, your higher self is that link. It heals. It makes you whole. Forgiveness is that link through the Holy Spirit. Through your higher self, through your inner being is the link, makes you whole, aligns your mind, body, and soul, so you're no longer split between what you desire and what you don't want. Because that's the only split there ever is. We want something, but we don't have it. And we're looking at the unwanted, right? When you forgive the past, acceptance and total release, total acceptance and total release, you move immediately to your desired reality. When you forgive the past, when you forgive the unwanted, when you forgive the partial perception, you move immediately to your desired reality, immediately, right? With forgiveness, you transcend all realities. That's the paradox, and that frees you up to choose again any part of all that is that you want to see, right? You get to rearrange the quantum field and see what you want to see. That's big, to experience what you want to experience. That is the F word that gives you everything right now. I am your host, Tom Kieran, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, like and share our videos. That's how we get our message out. You can follow us on Facebook at Be Something Wonderful. We have a group called the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful. That's an enlightened group, a group that shares experiences in their journey, right? That we call a journey, but it's all happening right now. You can also follow us on Facebook, at Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kieran, or visit our website that has all that information anyway about coaching and where you can find us on social media at tomkieran.com and BeSomethingWonderful.com. Until next time, creators, with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, this is Tom. See you soon.